Alright guys, today we're checking out the Kludge S104. This keyboard has a detail that I completely missed when I first saw it online. From a distance, the carbon red keycaps just look like they have a nice black, gray, and red color scheme. But when you take a closer look, there's actually a transparent outer layer with the color showing through from underneath. It's subtle and you don't immediately notice it, but once the light catches it, it gives the whole keyboard a much more elegant and expensive look. Those are the kind of small design details that really stand out to me and I appreciate. This is a full-size wireless mechanical keyboard with silent switches, a screen, a control knob, and a massive battery. Join me as we take a closer look at the S104. Inside the box, we've got the keyboard itself, a USB-C cable, a 2.4 GHz wireless dongle that can be stored in the keyboard itself, 4 replacement silent violet switches, a keycap and switch puller. So right off the bat, I was surprised by the weight when I picked it up. It comes in at a little over 3 pounds, so even though it's all plastic, it's got some heft to it. We've also got 2 sets of adjustable feet underneath. There are rubber pads across the bottom, and once it's on the desk, it stays in place very well. The wireless receiver stores right on the rear of the keyboard, and it's conveniently placed right by the power switch. The S104 is a proper full-size keyboard. We've got a function row, navigation keys, a complete number pad, so there's no learning a compressed layout or having to use function combinations for basic controls. Of course, the trade-off is that it takes up considerably more desk space than a 75% or TKL keyboard or 60%. If you play at a really low mouse sensitivity and need a huge amount of room, that's something to consider. But for someone who uses the same computer for work and gaming, having every key available can be much more practical. The standout feature on this carbon red version is definitely the keycaps for me. Kludge used a dual layer construction with an ABS base and a transparent polycarbonate outer layer. It creates a really nice depth effect, especially around the red accent keys. My favorite part about it is that it isn't loud or overdone. I didn't even know the keycaps look like this until I actually received it. So my test sample has Kludge's pre-lubed silent violet linear switches. Try to say that 10 times fast. A linear switch presses straight down without a tactile bump or click. And this silent version also reduces the noise when the keys bottom out and return, so you still get a proper mechanical keyboard feel without broadcasting every key press across the room. If you're in a shared office or you're late night gaming in a voice chat or recording environments where you don't want the microphone constantly picking up your keyboard, this is a plus. The board uses a top-mounted structure with 5 layers of internal sound dampening material. Basically, it's all there to remove that empty plastic sound. The typing experience is extremely satisfying. Depending on how softly you press the keys, it can be nearly silent while typing. But somehow that doesn't make it feel any less satisfying. Each key press feels clean, and the cushioned bottom out gives the keyboard a relaxed, comfortable feeling when you use it. The keys also feel extremely stable. There's almost no side-to-side wobble, so small details like that really add up in the overall experience, and the stabilizers also feel great on the larger keys, and all the key presses just feel really smooth and uniform on this board. In the upper right hand corner, you have a small color display and an aluminum control knob. You can display the date, battery level, connection type, and whether you're in Windows or Mac mode. You can also upload a custom GIF if you want to. The thing I use it most for is volume control, and I find it inconvenient not to have a knob anymore. You can also press the knob to open a menu where you can change connection mode, lighting effects, brightness, color, and some display settings. It makes it easier than memorizing a bunch of F key shortcuts, and you can handle everyday controls directly from the keyboard without having to open any software. If you want to get deeper into customization, you can always do that through the browser-based driver. From there, you can remap keys, create macros, customize the RGB, and upload content to the screen. The software is easy to navigate. Once you have everything configured, you probably won't open it very often. The S104 supports USB-C wired, 2.4 GHz wireless, and Bluetooth 5.0. For gaming, I stick with wired or 2.4 GHz wireless. Bluetooth introduces a little input lag and is better suited for just general typing or connecting to a secondary device. It also has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery, which is enormous for a wireless keyboard. RK claims up to 200 hours with the lighting turned off and around 63 hours with it on. And the claims seem to be spot on after a couple weeks of use. So yeah, the Royal Kludge S104 isn't a small keyboard, and it isn't trying to be the fastest competitive gaming keyboard either. It's a practical mechanical keyboard designed to handle work and everyday use and normal gaming while remaining quiet enough to use almost anywhere. It's got a full-size layout, 3 connection options, a huge battery, hot swappable switches, some useful extras, and a really nice keycap design. The carbon red keycaps are easily my favorite part of the board. A lot of the pictures I've seen online really don't do the keyboard justice. They don't really show the layered construction, and I think it's a detail that deserves to be highlighted on this board. It gives it a much more premium appearance without making the design look too flashy. The silent switches also make this version especially easy to recommend for someone who shares a room, works around other people, or doesn't want a loud keyboard. If you're looking for a quiet, wireless mechanical keyboard that can handle both work and gaming, while looking much more premium than a typical full-size board, I think the S104 makes a lot of sense. I definitely recommend giving it a look. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you're interested in checking out the Royal Kludge S104, I'll have a link down in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.